Hi, welcome to your pick a card reading for what career is meant for you. So take your time to pick a pile 1, pile 2 or pile 3. And when you're ready, you can find the timestamps for your reading in the description box below. Hi, so if you picked group number 1, this is your reading. What career is meant for you? So let's find out what career is meant for our group number 1s. Career for group number 1. Oh, here something wants to jump out straight away. Okay, you've got the 3 of Cups come up straight away. Let's see, I've got a bit of an inkling about this, but I want to see what else comes out. Yeah, okay. So you've also got the Ace of Pentacles here, and you've got Justice. And the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting straight away here is you're meant for something that has a bit of a social element, okay? So it could be something like managing events or dealing with other people. I'd say group 1s, your personality type is probably that you're excellent with dealing with people, entertaining people. So you've probably got quite a good personality. So it's some type of public relations or dealing directly, like face to face. You might be the front of your company or what have you, or dealing with people could be in like a social work context. So there's lots of potential careers, but it's definitely to do with dealing with people. We've got here the Ace of Pentacles as well. So I think a lot of you haven't already even started in this industry. Some of you may have, but then you might pivot and do something a little bit different or start your own company or organisation. And we've got Justice here as well. So, I mean, for some of you, it could be something to do with the law and legal matters, if we want to look at that directly. However, I think for a lot of you, it's also, it could be management, managing people, balancing people's needs, leadership roles, things of that nature. It is something that you're very passionate about, okay? And that you kind of put a lot of energy into your work, whatever this is. Future career, please, for our group number 1. What career is meant for group number 1s? Again, okay, so you've got the 6 of Wands. So you're meant to be seen, you're meant to be celebrated. So being seen and celebrated and acknowledged is going to work really well for you in your career. And then you've got the 9 of Cups here. Being seen, being acknowledged by others. So I do think a lot of you will take on a leadership type role, okay? And you don't mind kind of dealing with people. And I'm getting like especially your customers. So it could be that you have your own business and you're dealing directly with your clients and you're really good at getting people in, or you're working for an organisation and they really count on you and your personality and your skill set to be able to deal with people. So definitely people oriented. Some of you may not be happy where you're at right now. You don't feel like where you are is exactly where you meant to be. You kind of initially thought, something was going to work for you and you went in that direction, and now it's kind of causing you some stress and anxiety. And I feel like the word pivot keeps coming to me. So I think a lot of you might be ready to kind of pivot into something else, okay? You're moving on, you're kind of realizing it's not working, it's causing you stress and anxiety. And a lot of you are ready to kind of jump into something that you're passionate about, something brand new. So that's what we're getting for our group 1s. Let's use another deck and see what else wants to come through for you. Group 1, what career is meant for our group number 1s? Yeah, and you've got strength here, so we could associate this with Leo. So again, charisma, being out in the public eye, being confident in yourself. That's definitely for you, my group number 1s. You're ready to kind of step out and be seen. some of you might be getting in your own head, okay? So your thoughts might not be congruent with what you actually want, and that's leaving you very confused at the moment, okay? So for a lot of you, what I'm getting through is it's pretty clear to your heart and to your, I guess there's a deeper knowing where you know you want to be, but you've been confused by what other people have told you, what you think you should be doing, and basically just the thoughts in your head telling you can't be what you want to do, and it's actually left you really confused and you're not really clear at all about what direction that you should be going. And so now kind of you're feeling a little bit stuck. There might be opportunities coming to you, but you're not sure which one to take, okay? And that is because just the noisiness of other people and some of your own stuff that you haven't dealt with yet. So some of your own negative thinking. There's some belief systems, some core beliefs that are still with you, my group number ones, where you haven't really worked through some core beliefs that aren't helpful for you. Some beliefs around, should you succeed, or, can you do what you actually want to do? It's like you might have got some messaging in your early life that you're a particular personality type, or you're this and you're good at this, but you're not good at this. Even in early school, we start being told, oh, that kid's good at sport and that kid's good at maths. And we get this messaging and, it might not actually be accurate, and we also change and develop, or we may not have just gelled with that teacher of that class, and we may actually be really good at that. So I'm getting for you group ones, you've had early life messaging about who you are, and that's leaving you really confused about because there's a part of you that wants to go for your actual, what you're meant to do, and you feel a desire and a drive from your heart to do that, and that's because it's meant for you. You keep wanting to go in that direction, but you're not able to because you've got these core beliefs that are really quite deep down from childhood telling you that's not you and that's not meant for you. So a lot of you are feeling really stuck in that way. And the antidote for that is just be patient, okay? Be patient with yourself. Know that you are a multidimensional being, okay? So you can be who you want to be. You can have the qualities that you want to be. If you can, go back and look at some of that kind of early life messaging and do a little bit of work around your core beliefs. What am I good at? What aren't I good at? Do I still want to believe that? What's a new belief that might serve me a little bit better? Doing some exercises like that could be really helpful for you and help you not to feel so torn. Okay. Yeah, so for you, it really is about people, passion, having your skill out there. So being acknowledged for your skill set is something that's going to bring you like great fulfillment. Once you are out there and people are acknowledging that you're good at what you do, that just brings you, that's like everything for you, and that's when you'll be ready to celebrate and you'll feel like you've done in your career what you need to do. Perhaps till now you've still never really, like you've been moving forward and you've tried things and you may have done well in some areas, but you've never felt really content and you've never felt like you've really found what you're meant to be doing yet. And I think once you get recognised as being really good at what you do, that's kind of going to help you to feel like, yes, this is me, this is exactly where I want to be. You do like to be acknowledged and celebrated and for people to kind of see that side of you. I am seeing, a lot of you are feeling quite torn at the moment, looking into kind of it's almost two opposing different directions that you're looking in, okay? And it is because of these core beliefs that you haven't worked through. So there's like two different parts of your personality that's quite split, okay? And you're really wanting a new beginning. There's something new, so it's like you just need to kind of overcome, it's not a split personality, but it's like there's a split in between you, like inside you, but there's two different opposing forces at the moment relating to career for you, and that's getting in the way of you being able to step into this new beginning, okay? I do feel you probably will make peace with yourself around this, and it's just in time, you know, just put the work in. There's things are going to be coming up, and it's not all just going to happen really quickly. There's certain things that you still need to overcome. There may be things from like past lives and, like we were saying, like childhood beliefs that are getting in the way, so you don't know why can't I move forward, why can't I move forward the way that I want to, and what keeps blocking me. And I think there is just still a few things that need to be sorted out internally around your belief systems, for you then to be able to kind of be free of some of that stuff that's holding you back. So it is your own core beliefs that are holding you back, for you, my lovely group ones. Okay. I do feel, yeah, if once you can kind of overcome some of this change in the way that you look at yourself, change in the way that you perceive yourself by actually sitting down and working through some of this core belief stuff, you're then going to be on fire basically. You're going to be able to move forward in the way that you want to, towards a career that you want, because it's much too confusing at the moment, because you've just got all these voices in your head about what other people have told you should do, and it's kind of, you can't even tell the difference at the moment between your own voice and other people's voices and society's voices. It just seems like there's a lot of noise, so it's hard for you to decipher what you really want to go after. We've got here delight. So I haven't actually seen this card before. It's so lovely. And at the bottom we've got flexibility. So be flexible, don't be rigid, okay? Some of you also have something in your mind like, this is what I want and that's it, and I'm going for that. You're being asked to just be flexible, let things look a little bit different, try some new things, and just do things that delight you. So make some decisions based on what's going to just bring me some joy and happiness. What do I actually really want to be doing? What's going to bring me joy, instead of like, what should I be doing? What's the best kind of business or career decisions? How about what delights you, to move you forward in the direction that you want. Do the stuff that you enjoy, and for the time being, just make choices based on that, and just remember to stay flexible, okay? All right, so we'll pull a couple more oracles for our group number one. What career is meant for them? Intuition, listen to your soul's truth. Think less and feel more, okay? So this is just what we were saying. You're overthinking, you're confused because you've got all these mixed messages in your head about who you are and what you should be doing and where you're going and career path, and it's exhausting. I'm feeling exhausted for you, okay? So just think less, just do what you feel, do what delights you, okay? Do what, like, you know, if there's a certain part of your job or something that you're going for, or a career change, you know, you might be looking for a job. Look for the one that looks most fun and go for that one, as opposed to the one that makes most money or the one that you think is the most sensible. For now, make choices like that. Or with your business, you know, should I focus my energy on this or that? What's going to be most fun for you to focus your energy on? So that's what you're actually getting at the moment, because that's going to help you to move in the direction that you need to go with your career, because by thinking, it's just too messy in your head at the moment with all these different thoughts and competing beliefs and messaging that you've got throughout your life. It's just too messy. So at the moment, you just need to be guided by your heart and what you find the most fun. So you've got here penguin at the bottom. Actually, there's a few cards coming up for you that I haven't seen before. Light activations and new energies are coming your way. Be open to receive and welcome them in. Okay, so start having fun, okay? And then some new energies will start coming your way, and also some new ideas, okay? You'll then be more present, because at the moment, group one, you're so busy figuring out what to do with your career, okay, that you're not actually able to enjoy, and it's actually impacting on your creativity, okay, and your creative impulses. So by having fun, it's going to reawaken your creativity, and it's going to bring you back on your path, and it's going to allow some new energy to come in for you, because you've been too stuck in your head, and it's actually put some blocks in the way of you being able to move forward towards your career. What career is meant for our group number ones? So it's something that you have fun with, okay? So your career is something that you enjoy and have fun with. That's how you're going to know what career is meant for you. What do you have most fun with? what lights you up. Be guided by that, and you will be guided to what you're meant to be doing. Fringe violet heals the aura and psychic protection. Okay, yeah, I think because you've been getting so much messaging, yeah, and then you've got Old Man Banksia, enthusiasm for those who are weary or sluggish. So because you've had so much mixed messaging coming through to you, there's so much even just stuff in society, like wherever you live or your age group or gender or, you know, type of industry that you're in, there's a lot of messages. And for you, it's kind of left you feeling quite lost. And at the moment, because you're feeling so confused, there's some... I don't mean to alarm you, but there is like just some like dents in your aura, which we kind of all have, but there's where it's just easier for you to feel off track and feel confused and not kind of following your own divine path, because you're feeling a bit confused about it. So it's just easy for these negative energies to get in, and then, you know, like it attracts like, and you just keep feeling more and more sluggish and more worn down. So what you need to do is just shut out as much noise as possible, okay? And like I said, just follow your fun, okay? Do what's going to bring you joy in relation to your work if you can, okay? Shut off the things that are just too noisy. There's just too much noise and it's impacting you, and it's actually taking you off the course because it's making you feel very confused, group one. Okay, we'll pick one of these. Last card for our lovely group number ones. What career is meant for group number one? Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? So for a lot of you, my group ones, you will be in a leadership position. That's the career that's meant for you, and that makes sense with the tarot cards that we pulled. People are going to be looking up to you, okay? You do have charisma. You know, once you kind of once you take this next step in your career, you know, it could be soon, or I don't know if there's a few more obstacles for you, or if, you know, it's coming up soon, but there is going to be a point in your career where you're going to be in a leadership role, okay? You're going to feel very stable about who you are, very grounded, and people are going to come to you. You're going to have information to share with other people. You're going to have a lot of knowledge. People are going to kind of really look up to you, and that's when you will really feel happy and comfortable in your career, okay? You are going to be seen as an expert in your field, whatever that is, and you are going to be a leader, and I'm getting here, you're going to be quite unique by that point, okay? I do think for some of you there is still that pivot, okay? You're going to kind of pivot into something else, a bit different to what you're doing at the moment, and then you're going to kind of build yourself up, and it isn't until you're really going to be seen as an expert in your field that you're going to really, that's when you're going to feel at home with your career life, okay? And you then have the kind of power and ability to do things a little bit different in whatever your industry is. Like, then you're going to have the confidence, and you're going to say, you know, this is how my industry does it, but I'm known for this and this. This is how I do it a little bit differently. You'll actually start developing your own ways of doing things in your industry, and others are going to come to you to learn that. So that's what I'm getting through for you, my group ones. I hope this has been helpful. If you want a private reading, you can always hit me up. I've got my email on my YouTube page. And don't forget to give a like and hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi group 2, so this is your reading for what career is meant for you. Let's find out what career is meant for you for our group number 2s. Whoops, that's too many cards. What career is meant for our group number 2s? Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, okay? So slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race, something where you need to pay great attention to detail. Okay, a lot of you do have a real knack for attention to detail, for taking your time, for building something up. You kind of are really good problem solvers. You can problem solve things that other people might miss. We've got here also the 10 of Cups. So it could be a family business or a small business that you work in your career. What career is meant for our group number 2, please? Group number 2, career. Okay, you are, I'd say, looking forward towards something. Some of you have already started the ball rolling in the direction of a new career, okay? You've already set some of those ships sailing, group number 2. Oh, I'm very curious as to what this is. You'll have to leave me a comment. Queen of Swords, okay? So I think you've got very clear thinking. So group number 2s, I think you've got a great skill for being able to intellectually think things through in great detail. You don't miss a beat, okay? People can't get anything past you. So this is a skill and an attribute that you could really use in your career. So there's a lot of different careers where that could be quite helpful. Ooh. Too many cards. Okay, group number 2, what career is meant for them? Okay, and then we've also got here the 4 of Swords. Yeah, I'd say you just have this absolutely amazing quality in the way that you think. There's something about the way that you think, my group number 2s, that's really unique, and it's going to lead you to your career. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune come here as well. So I think it's based on past lives. It could even be like family history, but I would say for a lot of you, there's something that you were doing in a past life, okay? Some of you might have been teachers. That's what's coming to me. You've taught a skill. You've got this real clear thinking about a particular subject where you're able to really get deep knowledge. So I think for you, my group number 2s, your career is going to be that you're going to be a real expert in your field. So a lot of people will pick a career and, you know, be quite generalists in their career, and that's great. Whatever that is, you know, you could be a social worker or a teacher or a GP, a doctor, but for you, whatever field that you're in, you're really going to specialise to some unique knowledge that perhaps only like a small percentage of people in the world have. This real niche type of expertise in a particular area, and that's what I see happening for you, group number 2, and it is related to past lives. And I do think there's a lot about, for you are quite intellectual, so there is so whatever field that you're in, there is something that's really requires great intellectual aptitude that you have for this. I think some of you are starting to work towards it now, whether you're already there or you're still working towards it. I do feel like you're perhaps already starting to head in that direction, but you're probably nowhere near the kind of level of expertise that you're going to be. So you might be in a particular career at the moment, but you're going to find a particular kind of niche perhaps related to the field that you're in for most of you, or there'll be some skill from your current kind of job and work, but you're going to really specialise in a particular niche around that. So let's see what else wants to come up for our group number 2. What career is meant for you? Yeah, and look at this, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, and now with this other deck you've got the Knight of Materials. So you're really one who, I mean, you don't mind putting the hard work in, you don't mind steadily kind of plodding along and doing things really well, which is a great attribute to have. A lot of people want to kind of rush in and jump in and, you know, get rich quick, but you're just really willing to make sure that everything's right, make sure that, you know, you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's, and, you know, you're able to make something really beautiful. If you are in the kind of creative spaces, you really make sure that you've paid great attention to detail, that great craftsmanship. If you're doing something more academic, you know, if you wrote a report or a thesis or a book or whatever it is, there really wouldn't be many errors at all. Some of you might even be editors, okay, like copywriters and editors of other people's work. It's just because you've got so much attention to detail that you're really able to make something beautiful. We've got the 6 of Materials and the 10 of Materials. So again, I'm seeing for a lot of you, your career that's meant for you is going to bring you and your family a lot of stability and a lot of happiness. You're really going to be able to, as you move through your life, slowly but surely, you're going to be building your own empire for you and your family. Some of you might be working in industries related to your family, and you've kind of, that's been passed down, and others might even pass down some of those skills to your own kids, or, you know, be able to pass on your business to them. So I think that's for a lot of you will be that you'll build something up and you'll build great knowledge and expertise in some niche understanding of something, and then you're actually going to share that with your children so that they'll be able to, you'll teach them how to do it. I do think you kind of work in smaller groups and teams, but you do work well in teams, but yeah, smaller ones probably. Again, it's more that niche kind of market that you're in, not in massive generalist organisations or, huge teams. What career is meant for group number 2? You might also, be overseeing other people to make sure that other people are doing the work properly, okay? Making sure that no mistakes are being made. You might be checking other people's work. You will have to make some decisions for you, my group number 2, okay? And you're also in your future career, you're someone who's going to be able to block out kind of, things that don't work. Like you've got quite, you're going to be quite sharp. There's going to be a lot of people that want your attention. It's like people have to come to you for some type of approval. Like I said, whether it's like editing or finishing or finalizing something, or you might be managing others, and you're really good at that and able to give people very clear feedback. You know exactly the standard that things need to be brought to, because you've got this kind of ability and this attention to detail. So you are most likely it's like you might be looking at other people's work, okay? Which could, be across so many different fields, but you need to go and check that it's been done to a high enough standard at some point, okay? And you need to kind of coach other people. For some of you, you need to coach other people to be able to do their job better. You do have all the skills that you need for your future career, group number 2, okay? You've actually got everything that you need, and I think a lot of you know that already. You've got a quiet confidence about you, group number 2, okay? You've got a quiet confidence. There might be creative element for sure to your career. I do see you working in small teams. It might be that you're in some type of partnership with someone, okay? Whether it's a family business or just a partnership with someone else. I do see you kind of walking away from what you're doing at the moment, but it's kind of like I'd say you're most likely kind of just taking the next step up, okay? You're just, at the moment, you might be doing something more generalist, so you're going to find something like a niche that's really going to work for you, and it's just going to make sense to you on so many levels, and it is what you're meant to be doing. It is karmic. I would say it's got something to do with your past lives even, and what you were doing, okay? So it makes so much sense, and it feels really right. When the opportunity comes for you to step into this, it will feel really right for you. You might be balancing a couple of things at the for a little while. So at the moment you might feel like you kind of wanting to go, like what you're doing you're not 100% happy with, so you might start doing a little bit of stuff that you prefer, and you might have to balance those two things for a little while, okay? It might, if you're working for an organisation, I feel like at some point that's not going to work for you anymore, and you're going to want to move on, okay? It might be a sudden shift or a sudden lightning bolt that's going to make you go, hang on a second, like it all makes sense now. This just isn't working for me, and I'm not where I need to be. So something might happen, it may have already happened, where you've just gone, actually no, I'm not where I want to be in my career, and I want to be somewhere else. And I think for a lot of you, it might be going out on your own or in a partnership with another person, okay? It might cause you a little bit of anxiety while you're birthing. You're birthing into the career that you're meant to be in, okay? But you will get clarity, and you will be able to move forward into what you want to, okay? So that's what I'm getting for you, group number 2. Let's pull a few oracles. What's meant for our lovely group number 2s? What's meant for your career? Or what career is meant for you, rather? What career is meant for our lovely group number 2? Oh, here we go. Dolphin, Atlantis, healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. Hedgehog, acceptance, embrace who you are. Okay, so for some of you, you may kind of want to be something different, or you've kind of not really been quite sure, you know, what's meant for you. What you're being asked to do here is take some time for yourself, take some quiet time and sit down. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've come to a point in your life where you're probably a lot clearer on who you are and what you're good at. So trust yourself, trust your knowledge about yourself, okay? It can be confusing, but sit down maybe even with paper and pen and kind of write down, these are my skills, this is what I'm really good at, this is what I love, and it's actually going to help you. You'll be surprised. You're going to be able to get really, really clear on what it is that you are meant to do, okay? So you know on the inside exactly what you're meant to be doing, but some of you don't trust that. I feel like maybe in the past or when you were a bit younger you were confused and you haven't realised that you've actually got a lot more wisdom since that time. So you still think, oh, I was so confused because I don't know exactly what I'm good at, but you've come a long way since then and you haven't sat down and actually done a bit of an exercise like that where you've mapped out exactly where you want to be, what you want to be doing. For some of you it's paper and pen, others it might be conversation, but that wisdom is going to come from within you, okay, by sitting down and really thinking about, what do I love, what am I really good at? But then the key to this is trusting yourself, trusting that, okay? Don't then be misguided or, oh, but I don't know if I can make a business out of that, or I don't know if there's a market for that, or, you know, then trust that. Trust what it is that you enjoy and that you know you're good at, okay? Like, list your top 3 skills and your top 3 things that you love and just keep it simple. Don't overthink it, okay? So that's a little thing that's come through for you, my group number 2s. Okay, and we'll just probably pull just a couple more oracles. Group number 2, what career is meant for them? Yeah, very, very clever lot, group number 2. Very kind of, you exceed when it comes to kind of intellectual pursuits. And that plays out for, you know, this is a general reading, but it plays out for different people in different ways. But our group number 2s just have, yeah, I'd say something with your mind and your brain has some excellence, okay? Something outstanding, a bit above and beyond perhaps the intellectual capacity of most people. Be patient, okay? Be patient while you release what's no longer working. Like I said, there might be a time where you're kind of between 2 things, you know, when you kind of, that transition phase. I mean, transition phases often are just not the most like easiest of times, are they? A lot of the time. Doesn't have to be, I'm not saying here that it's going to be super hard, but while you're releasing stuff that doesn't work for you anymore and being really honest with yourself, you know, you might be like, okay, I get it now and I'm ready to do what I want and I've had this lightning bolt of clarity and I know exactly what I want to do, and then you go to do it, but it doesn't happen straight away. So for some of you, then you start questioning yourself, but you're being told here to be patient, okay? Have some patience. It might not happen as quickly as you want it to, okay? We've got stillness and success as well. So you just have to be still and you just have to, don't overcomplicate it for yourself, okay? Group number 2, success will come to you and you will have that freedom and you will get to where you want to go. You are going to be an expert in your field. You are going to be really specialised, but there's going to be a period where you're going to kind of be unsure. We are being told here that you are going to get that success that you want. Okay. Group number 2. What career is meant for them? Look at that. What confirmation is this? Commitment to an area of your life, okay? So really understanding where it is that you specialise in and committing to that. We've got here also wisteria, which is about sexual enjoyment, openness and sensuality for women. But I think for that, this is you needing to trust yourself, okay? You're needing to kind of be still, come back into your body, be present, you know, and really trust your knowledge in who you are and who you're meant to be, okay? Don't doubt yourself so much. Don't get in your own mind. Know your expertise, okay? And know what you're going for. And it might take a little bit of time sometimes for things to come together, but you will get there, group number 2. And you will have this really specialised, unique niche thing that you do that's just going to be quite wonderful. And you're going to really be a leader in your field. You're going to be out on your own, okay? You know, whether you're working with others or on your own, you're going to be like, not many people are going to be at your level with what it is that you do. So do hang in there, you know, and if the transition feels a bit wobbly, just know that that's part of it, and be patient, be still, come back to your body, come back to, like, don't overcomplicate it, just come back to your beginning kind of thoughts and values, and yeah, let the universe, you know, let things manifest for you in its own beautiful time. You will have abundance, and you will build a beautiful kind of foundation for you and your family, okay? It's like a bit of an empire. You will build your space in you know, you'll carve out your own little niche space in your career life. So I hope that's been helpful for you, group number 2. If you want to know a little bit more about what's happening in your career and want to get a private reading, all the details are on my YouTube channel. They're easy to find. So I hope to see you back here again soon. Hi, so if you chose group number 3, then this is your reading. What career is meant for you? What career is meant for our lovely group number 3s? Okay, oh wow, this is coming through very loud and clear, straight up. And for you, my group number 3s, you're moving on from something. You're moving on from a career that you're possibly in at the moment that's causing you a lot of anxiety, okay? And you're starting to look and plan for the future, okay? So you're starting to put some thought in, ready to start making some decisions about where you want to go. But I think you're clear that you do want to move forward into something different, okay? Your current work causes you anxiety, or there might be a lot of conflict. Just, you know, it doesn't have to be outright conflict, but just like difficult situations and difficult relationships that you have to deal with, difficult personality types, and it's just causing, it's like for you, you feel that there's too much personal loss in that you're not willing to do that anymore, and you're ready to kind of move into something a bit different. Some of you might be experiencing a little bit of burnout in your current career. You've really given a lot of yourself, and you're not quite sure how much more that, you know, you can keep going with this. You can keep going. You do have a few more, you know, a bit more time in there for you, but long term you're like, no, that's not going to be for me long term. That's not kind of giving my whole self what I want. So I do think a lot of you are either at the point of making those decisions or have already made those decisions, okay, that you are moving on from something that's not working. And yeah, let's see what career is meant for our group number 3s. Career for group number 3, please. Oh, we've got the Chariot, lovely. Okay, so at the moment you've got a lot of willpower. Okay, you've got a lot of willpower and you're moving forward. You're like, yep, I've got all this energy, I'm moving forward. But there's a little bit of confusion about what you're actually moving forward into. It's like there's a lot of options, okay? There's lots of options here for you, and you've got all the energy and drive and motivation. I don't think there's any shortage of motivation for you, my group number 3s. But there's just a bit of confusion about which option to go for, okay? You know what you don't want to do, but there's quite a few things that you do want to do. And that's making you at times feel a little bit scattered. I do think for some of you, you might be more, like you might be quite energetic people, okay, with a lot of willpower, a lot of drive. But at the moment, there might just be a little bit of confusion about what the best kind of course of action is. And so you might be taking action in a few different directions. You will get clarity, okay? You will get clarity about moving forward. You do kind of know what it is that you want to do, but at times you're getting worried about finances. Are you going to be okay? Are you going to be able to make it? Is there enough space in this career for me? You know, there might already be lots of other people doing what you want to do, so you think, well, I know what I want to do, but there underlying there is some worry for you about stepping into this next chapter of your career, because I think you're worried that, you know, will people kind of want whatever skills that I have? What career is meant for our group number 3s, please? Okay, got the 3 of Swords. Yeah, I do think, oops. Yeah, you definitely kind of are ready to move on with what you're not happy with, okay? And you're definitely ready to move on to something new. I do think there is a new, I think you've gone through a really hard time, basically. Group number 3 is what we're being shown. You've gone through like a lot of crap and it's taken its toll on you, and I think you've been going through some difficulties for some time now, and it's actually taking a toll on you kind of personally, you know, emotionally. You might be suffering from kind of anxiety related stuff, or, you know, just feeling like quite down. You've given a lot to your work and it's not kind of serving you and the way that you want to live your life and the person that you want to be. So you do want to move forward into something else, but you're not 100% clear on what that is. But you've really got the willpower and the energy to step forward into that. There will be some mental clarity that comes to you. You do have the capacity to be a great leader as well. And at the moment, I do think you're just a little bit scared, okay, about money. I feel like you might want to do something, but you're not scared if there's going to be enough money in it, okay, what you truly want to do, where you want to be creative, okay. This next chapter for you is going to be one where you're going to be able to get really creative. And I know you're a little bit worried about whether there's enough money there, but there is an opportunity to be really creative for you, my group number 2s, okay? It's going to be a new chapter and a new beginning, okay? And look what we've got here. So for some of you, it'll be a brand new job, okay? And for others, it'll be starting your own new business. You do need to just wait a little while, okay? I know I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but have some patience, okay? You're still kind of going through some stuff. There's still some changes. There's still some conflicting, you've still got some of your own internal conflicting ideas about stuff as well, which might also be getting in your way, group number 3. There definitely is a new beginning coming for you, okay? I do think a lot of you might be setting up your own new business or going for a job that's a different job that you've done in the past, okay? It's something different, it's something brand new, it's a brand new chapter of your life. You feel like you're sick of kind of waiting, you need it to happen right now. But yeah, we're being shown here that there's a bit of a waiting before that comes to pass. Okay, to find out kind of what career is meant for you, follow your inspiration and take action towards your inspiration. What lights you up, what gets you excited, okay? If you don't know, ask the people around you. They can often be really good guides for us because they sometimes see parts of ourselves that we don't see. You know, what does your voice kind of change when you start talking about something? That can be a really good guide. You start getting excited about things. So however you kind of want to see it, and I feel like you probably do kind of know what it is, but what you feel excited about, move towards it, okay? Oops. Whoa. Okay, we've got the 3 of inspiration here. Okay, so yeah, you're at the point of kind of making decisions about exactly which direction that you want to go in. You've got a few different options that have been causing you some confusion, but by just following the things that you're passionate about, you're really going to be able to take that next step, okay, to start this new business or this new job, and just go for what it is that inspires you, okay? You are going to end up you are meant for a career in something that really inspires you, okay? You know, for you might not it's not necessarily going to manifest straight away, but it's going to be solid, okay? At the moment you feel like it's going too slow, but you're going to be able to take the time to set really good foundations, so when everything does take off, you're going to have that stability, okay? So the reason why at the moment it feels like a waiting game and it's frustrating is because you're needing to build up the foundations of what it is that you do. So I hope that makes sense for you, group number 3. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're taking this time to move forward, okay? You're moving forward into the unknown, okay? There's still kind of, it's like you're still, at the moment, you're manifesting it. So you try and enjoy this beautiful time. It's kind of like at the moment you're in between kind of two things. You know, you might have a job and all of that, or work, or you might not. But at the moment you're in this kind of quiet space in between two things. So really enjoy that time, okay? Dream into that. You're kind of at the time in your life where your old life is being left behind and your new life is over here. And there's just this period of a bit of like nothingness, but there's actually a real beauty and peace there, okay? So try and bring yourself back into the moment instead of trying to, you know, desperately rush for this next space to happen. It's a place of quiet where, you know, you're able to really manifest some beautiful things, and really just come home to yourself as well. It's not just about kind of manifesting the things that you want and setting the foundations, although the foundations really is a part of it, but it's a time where you're coming home to yourself. And the longer that you're in this kind of pause spot is the longer that, the kind of deeper you're going into your own self and your own psyche, and you're kind of getting to know yourself in this beautiful kind of level, okay? Really connected to yourself. And I'd say for your feminine, to really connected with your feminine part of yourself, no matter what gender you are. So it's this beautiful time to go deep, okay? And dream into your future, okay? Take the time, take the pause, okay? At the moment you are feeling like quite confused about which direction to go, okay? Which opportunity, did I miss an opportunity? Should I move forward with another opportunity? You know, you're questioning yourself, you're feeling confused. That's going to change soon, okay? You're going to get some beautiful healings. A blessing is going to come to you. So this stuff, that you're feeling at the moment, a bit confused and a bit stuck, there's a blessing that's going to come to you that's going to heal that, okay? And when that happens, from there you're going to be able to quite quickly step into this new, whether it's a new job or a new business, but for you, my group number 3s, it really is something that's quite brand new, okay? Wonderful, okay. Yeah, you've done it. You've probably done it tougher than most group 3, okay? I think you've been left with some kind of personal scars as a result of what you've gone through in your career, and you've got some wounds around that, okay? I do feel that time's over, or nearing over, you know, towards a close. And then there's a bit of a pause before the new thing actually completely manifests in its full capacity. You've got owl, detach your emotions from situations that you cannot control, okay? So you're quite attached to wanting something to turn out a particular way. You're attached to like an element of your future, I'm getting, okay? So it's not even your business as a whole, there's something that you're really attached to, and you're going, like, you're getting a bit fixated on it, okay? So you need to detach your mind from that. And instead come back into your intuition. Think less, feel more, okay? Come back into yourself, into your present moment. Enjoy being with yourself and in your own psyche is what I'm getting, okay? So when you're finding yourself rushing forward and overthinking and trying to control what hasn't even happened yet, you know, I often just, you know, giggle to myself when I find myself doing that. It's like I'm trying to control the future, which hasn't even happened yet. But it can be really difficult when we do get stuck in that. So bring yourself back to the now, bring yourself back to intuition in the present, and enjoy being with your psyche, and that's where the answers are going to come. It's not going to come from trying to control the future. I can tell you that for sure, because I have a tendency to do that. So yeah, bring yourself back into the present and enjoy like going deep within your own psyche and in your own being, and that's where you'll find answers, and also where you'll find that peace. My group number 3s. Okay, which bush flowers want to come through? You've got pawpaw, overwhelm, assimilation and integration of new information. There's been a lot of change for you lately, okay? And you're a bit overwhelmed with the amount of information, and your body and your mind and your psyche and also your emotional body and spiritual body are struggling to try and integrate all this information that's come to you in a really short period of time, a lot of changes, and you're still just trying to charge forward. You're here still trying to charge forward into all these different things, and your body's going, it's actually too much because it hasn't quite integrated, the other things that have happened, some disappointment, including some disappointment, some loss, but also some growth, okay? So you're still integrating, so take your time with that, okay? Otherwise, yeah, it can lead to overwhelm. So sometimes you just need to sit with what is, because it can be overwhelming if we haven't integrated everything and we're already trying to, get more information and move on to the next thing. It's important that we sit and have these pauses. And so for you at the moment is one of these pauses, and I know that's frustrating, but look, we're being promised here a great blessing and a great new beginning. So not to worry, just enjoy this moment. Have the confidence and courage. How lovely, okay? Have confidence and courage that your future career is going to work out, okay? So your job right now, group number 3, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to stop kind of going forward into the future and trying to figure it all out and trying to make things happen for this new kind of career or job that you're after. Your mission is to sit with yourself, to come home to yourself, okay? To have confidence and courage in yourself and in the universe that things are going to work out, okay? You might do some abundance practices, okay? Start doing like certain things that are going to, rituals that are going to bring abundance into your life. You can probably, Google and YouTube or whatever. You can find a ton of information out there in the world how to do abundance rituals, okay? So doing them in the present is what's most important. So it's not like I'm going to have this abundance. Start doing rituals in the present that make you feel abundant, okay? So you might surround yourself with flowers. You might put flowers on your altar. You might put money around your house, whatever it is. Be as creative, make it make sense to you and be as creative as you like. But spend time in doing rituals around feeling abundant in the present moment. That's what your job is, and just trust that things will work out. So I hope that's been helpful for you, group number 3s. If you do want to know a little bit about your individual situation, I do have some availability for private readings where we can go more in depth about what's happening for you, and you can find my details on my YouTube page. Other than that, don't forget to hit subscribe and a like, and I'll look forward to seeing you back here again.